Hey, CPI is coming out now in 3 minutes, so we're going to hang fast. This is a chart right now that we're looking at of the SPY on the 24-hour time frame. As I've mentioned many times, you know, we're coming up into this trading range right here. Let me see here. Yeah, this trading range right here that we were in for basically 3 months. And right now, you can see we're right down there into the bottom of the trading range. And a lot of times in these types of trading ranges, that middle area ends up being your very first place of resistance. If you look, when we first went into it, we hit that area, we came back, then we went to the top, then we hit the area and we went to the top again. It also, and interesting enough, I've mentioned this before, but it seems to me like this, a lot of times these type of trading ranges and or channels, they have that every other time effect, coming halfway down, coming all the way down, come halfway down, come all the way down, come halfway up, come down, come all the way up. So kind of an interesting pattern, one to put into your mentality. I'm going to show the CPI, even though I don't really care what the number is. I have learned, at least it's been my experience, that whatever I am thinking on the CPI just doesn't matter. I've tried before to have different kinds of assessments about, oh, if it's this or if it's that, then I know that, you know, it's going to be great or go long, or bad news is good news is bad news. It just doesn't even matter anymore. The only thing that I want to do is I actually want to watch and see how the market responds to this. What we're going to do is we're going to put this down, this 24-hour time frame chart. We're going to actually go all the way down to a 1-minute chart. We're going to mark the it's actually going to mark the 2-minute high and the 2-minute low after 8:30, after this number's received. And just for the heck of it, let's see what the numbers come in at. All right, 0.2, so it's down. Okay, 2.6, it's below expectations. 0.9, below expectations. Looks like I'm looking on the charts over here, and the market seems to be, in general, having a positive reaction to these numbers. And then 3.3. We already know we can't even trust the numbers anyhow, so I don't even know why we put such a big deal on these numbers. But it isn't CPI that's actually driving things right now. It's actually oil. Oil is the thing that's driving things, and oil drives CPI. So let's do this. Let's go down to the 1-minute chart, and let's see how we're reacting to all of this. All right, so immediately, first move is your wrong move in a way. So immediately, here's our 1-minute candle. We'll see how that plays out. It looks like we're putting in a higher doji. Went right up into 692. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my video display off. You don't need to see my bright shining face anymore. We're just going to go with the capture. It looks like that might be the high right there. It's let's look at that number. That's 682.46. All right, pretty good sized doji. Initial reaction was a pump. Subsequent reaction is a semi-dump, but it's not a dump unless it gets below that 2-minute low. So we're just hanging out, waiting for this to form, and then I'm going to mark these on the chart. I suggest you guys do the same thing. You can do it with any of the tickers that you're trading, or you can just do it with the SPY. The SPY, you know, kind of helps drive the behaviors. So here you go, your 2-minute high, your 2-minute low. We're going to put, I don't know why people use green on the bottom. It seems like you'd use red, but we'll use green on the bottom and red for the top, okay? All right, and we're losing the 2-minute low. Oh, that wasn't the 2-minute low, I'm sorry. That was actually the second candle. Here's the 2-minute low. Right there. That's 2-minute low. So right now we've wicked below the 2-minute low. Is continuing to hold. We also, it's interesting enough, on this 1 minute time frame, we got ourselves a snapback high right here, and it's lost the snapback high. As you go lower in the time frames, the snapbacks don't hold as much strength. Like a snapback on a weekly, on a daily, hourly, 4 hour, those are some strong indicators. But obviously, intraday, you're going to see a lot more volatility. So the snapbacks, and we actually got a snapback up here as well. So it actually, it ran over that snapback and then gave us that snapback. So probably the real one is actually up there. So, and it looks to me, it looks a little weak. The market's seeming to be a little bit weak. Let's go ahead and go back now to let's go down to the 15-minute time frame on this chart. Let's see what we're looking at. Okay, so this was my resistance area yesterday. As I said, I was in the United States yesterday. I live in the Dominican Republic now, so I was working off of my portable workstations, and now I'm back here at Command Central. This is an area that I would actually mark as a support/resistance zone. It's marked by 2 snapbacks right there. If we're down below that, it looks like we'll actually pull down in the pre-market. If you're bullish, if you want the market to go up, what you want right now is the market to go down in the pre-market, okay? And the reason why is because they seem to be flipping the script a lot on the pre-market traders. We'll throw ourselves in a little bit of a trend line right here. And if we actually, I wonder what if we duplicate that trend line, if we have ourselves a hidden channel. Can duplicate that trend line, we go up here to the top and look at that. Yep, it looks to me like we got ourselves a little bit of a channel starting right there. You break down below the channel, and then we got 679, 678. Let me go ahead and upsize those numbers for you so that you can see them a little bit better on the stream. All right. All right, so, you know, there's 3 different kinds of reactions we're expecting, right? We're expecting the CPI is actually going to drive us up, or the CPI is going to drive us down, or the CPI isn't going to really do anything. And at this time, it really just looks like we're just digesting the move. It's not really doing too much. I mentioned in a live stream that I did with Alvaro yesterday that I don't see a lot of upside potential, and I didn't see it at that time. We have these numbers right here. Let's go ahead and let's change this drawing set to a clean set. So you just, all we're looking at is the price action. All right, so, all right. Going back to default. We'll just ignore those 2 little, that's what annoys me when I do that. By the way, this is why I actually wrote the Pivot Pro, wrote session anchors. This is the reason why I wrote a lot of my indicators, is because when you start putting a whole bunch of lines and trend lines and stuff like that on your charts, they get ugly really fast. What I wanted to show you guys is this. I'm still not 100% sure that the bottom is in, okay? What I wanted to show you is, let's take a look at this now on, say, a daily time frame, and then we're going to come back out. We're going to start getting prepared for the day. But I'm also, let's just prepare a little bit for, like, where are we at right now? If you were looking at this right here, and you said, okay, you know what? It's got a downward channel, and the only thing you saw was like from this spot here to this spot, right? You'd say, this is my channel right here. And you'd say, when it breaks that channel, then it's good to the upside. And that's what we have going on here. A little bit wider channel and a little bit less aggressive in the downward trend. But if you look at this, what you actually realize is that actually was not the actual channel. That was the initial channel. Now watch this. What happens when I take this and I then add more data points to it? You find that this right here, there it is, that was your actual channel. So this was your initial channel right here, and this was your actual channel when you got a little bit of a relief rally and a dispersion, and then it rolled back over. It's a chance that we could be actually looking at something like that. We're looking at one of two scenarios, obviously, where we're at right now. You're looking at, and this is, so I used this example right here, but it'll also work for right here too, look. So there's your initial channel. Here is your actual channel. Look at that. Initial, actual. Initial, let's go here. There's your initial, actual. And you had that big bounce up right there too, right? And then, can I get some more data points on here to show you guys? Okay, let's go to a weekly time frame, okay? Because there is always the possibility that it's this, right? But the likelihood of that is probably not very likely. So it's possible. We got a V-shaped recovery, and there is no extra bounce. You're just going up from there. We're at an extremely high reading right now. I am still looking for a pullback. If you look at this, and I'm not saying it is, but I'm open to the idea that it is. If you look at this right here, the pullback on that was actually over the 61.8. If we zoom it in here, you can see it was over the 61.8. And actually, if we actually add in the 78.6, 78.6, it actually came almost right back to the 78.6. And what you're going to see is on the current one, and this is why I just don't want you to go all in right now. I mean, you can go in, but you need to be careful. You need to be able to actually realize that this is a possibility that you need to get back out. Look, we're over the 61.8. A lot of times you go over the 61.8, I tell people in day trading, over the 61.8, it's got a good chance you're going to retest the high, okay? In this case, we're probably right at the 78.6 where we shot up to. And there you go. It shot up to the 78.6. That's on a weekly time frame. Let's take it onto a 24-hour time frame, so we'll include what happened here in the aftermarket. And look at this. Look at this. Almost to the penny, it came up to the 78.6. That's huge, guys. That's huge. Right here, almost to the penny, it came up to the 78.6. Give me over top of this 78.6 and hold the 78.6, and then I'm going to feel more comfortable that you're going to retest the highs. I got to get over the highs for me to know that that bottom's in. Sorry, that's the way it is. Until then, I'm going to be very quick on the ins and the outs. So that's what I wanted to bring up to you in regards to that. Let's take a look and see how the market's continuing to react on the lower time frames. Let's go down to the 15-minute. Well, let's see here. No, we're not even in 15 minutes. Let's just go back down to a 1-minute time frame and look at the candles. All right. Got ourselves a huge doji, okay? Undercut the doji. Now we are undercutting and retesting that 2-minute low. What did I tell you guys? Look at that. The 2-minute low is actually an area where we're going to fight. We're going to fight, and it's really basically built off of that. Yeah, it looks like basically it's really built off of that 1-minute candle. That 1-minute candle is the determination of things. And so what you got going on here is you had a retest right now of this area right there, and it looks like you might want to go down. It's a possibility that you're in an ABC pattern here of something like this. Let's see what that would actually render. Come on. Sometimes it doesn't want to stick. There we go. There's the bottom here. Here's the top. Kind of takes you back down to the bottom of that uptrend channel that I'd actually marked right around 680. So we get down into this 680 area. If we end up pulling back to that, we should be looking for a bounce. But once again, see, we're not going to remove the study, we're going to remove the drawing. And let me go ahead and put my indicators back on. All right, we're retesting the 20-period moving average, and you can see from here that we're actually prices underneath the 5-period moving average and the 10-period moving average. You won't have these in Thinkorswim. These are my indicators that come with the mother of all moving averages. The slope on the 5 and the 10 are sideways, which does indicate that it's possible that this is actually kind of reversing, because actually everything was actually pulling up, if you can see from here. right? Everything was pulling up. Let me go ahead and auto adjust this for you. Everything's pulling up. The 5 period had a huge move up from here. So that's what we were looking at. BTC is pumping. Thanks, SK. I appreciate that. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look and see what's going on in the markets right now, right? Yeah, BTC is up in every single time frame. RTY is up in every single time frame, but right now it's only up. It's not even up 0.5% right now. Gold is down 0.5%. Natural gas is down. Basically, in a way, actually, the market's somewhat flat, but BTC's had a great week, guys. Look at that. BTC is up 8% on the week. So it's had a very nice week. Silver's been having a difficult time, and crude oil has actually been down for the week. And actually, those are the ones that are having some difficulty across the time frames. So that's good. That's very positive for the market. So what else do we got here? Let's see here. Let's take a look at the extended sectors. And so it looks like your metals are actually having a recovery play. Your gold is actually recovering. Silver, Bitcoin's up a little bit. Down on the bottom, USO is giving it up. The energy stocks, TLT. So actually, it looks like the CPI is actually being favorable towards the stock market. So good call out. SK. That's the reason why trading together actually can be very beneficial. Those types of call outs. Let's take a look at, I wanted to do this. I wanted to actually just look and see how the markets are reacting across a bunch of different stocks. I'm going to keep you guys around for another 15 minutes. What you guys see here, I want to show you here so you understand what you're looking at. But what you see here is this red line right here. That is the pre-market high on these stocks. This is the pre-market low. This is what I call session anchors. It automatically draws these lines in for me. The prior day high is the one that's in red, and here's one that's in green right there. That's your prior day low. Those are like the 4 most important numbers on session anchors. I do give some other numbers that you're able to plot as well, but it can get pretty busy. For a 20 chart where I'm just trying to overview everything, I just use those numbers to look at. It looks like AMD is trying to capture over top of that pre-market high. Apple pushed right down to the pre-market low. That probably would actually be a good area to see if you were looking at this on a daily time frame and an intraday time frame and you're day trading this. This would have been an area that I would have been considering, like, okay, maybe we're going to catch a bounce out of here. And then, of course, if you lose that and then you retest it, then you're looking for a low. So that's the benefit of having session anchors on there, as well as the ORB Pro and the breakouts. So Amazon stuck right in between the range. Boeing is stuck between the range. Bloom Energy, God, that thing is a beast. Look at Bloom Energy, guys. I just love trading this stock. It's difficult to find times to get in because it rips so fast, but the times that I have traded it, I'm never, well, I have gone short a couple of times just on an intraday trade, but I would never stay short on this stock. No, the story is too strong. It's up on the upper range right now of the pre-market. So if it gets over and then retests, this thing a lot of times doesn't even retest, it just runs. So you could actually, if you wanted to actually play the rip on that, you could play the rip, but then if it takes out the first low of that candle, the 1 minute candle, get out. You know, there's a quick, easy way where you could actually capture the rip. Bitcoin's doing great, so look at Coin. Coin is actually testing up the top of the pre-market high. What else are we looking at? Okay, Google's mid-range. Hood, a little bit towards the high. Hood is favorable towards Bitcoin. When Bitcoin does well, Hood does well. Hood might be a runner today. What else are we looking at? Meta's looking pretty strong towards the high. You do understand the balance range concept too, guys. where even though if you end up opening, if you open right here, right, the chances are that there's going to be some people that want to take profit, and so maybe you're going to pull back halfway between that, and if you want to find a long, once these moving averages pick you up, then you can pick up your long. So there's a play for you right there. Microsoft, mid-range, can't do anything with that. Netflix, pushing up to the top of the range. Okay, NVIDIA, look at NVIDIA, oh my God. NVIDIA shooting straight up right off of that trend line, testing the pre-market high. NVIDIA is loving it, okay? So NVIDIA is definitely on the charts today to be looking at. Silver is mid-range, no play there. SDK, mid-range, no, well, SDK is actually towards the top. I can't trade SDK, I keep changing this. It's the spread on SDK is insane. I can trade Micron, so let's trade Micron and see what's going on with that right now in the pre-market. There you go, Micron is actually up towards the top. And here's what I do. When I'm doing these 20 charts, what I'll do is I'll click over here in case you're using Thinkorswim, give you a little bit of a teaching lesson right there. You can reorder it so it's ordered by alphabetical order, so if you need to find a ticker, you can quickly find it. And then you have to save it again so that it saves. So I just save over top of the previous name that I already had, which is that. So I hit save, and there you go. Quick lesson on using multi-time frame or multi-charts that you're trying to actually watch. Okay, so where were we? We're in the SPY. SPY is dead center mid-range. There's no trade there. It's in between. It's dead center on our trend line that we drew too as well. So there's nothing to do with the SPY right now. Sit on your hands with the SPY. Tesla's been beaten up. It's been really struggling. Look at the weekly. It's down 3.82% on the week. Once again, these numbers, they come in very handy. Here's your moving averages. It's up above all of the moving averages, but most of the moving averages are sideways or slightly up. The 200-day is actually down, and it's pushing the top of that pre-market range and that snapback high. Busts above that, then you got your prior day high to deal with. But you could actually get a quick scalp off of that. Be careful on that. This stock has been notoriously opening kind of high and then just flushing on the open is what I've noticed recently. TSM, it's kind of following that NVIDIA pattern. It's just ripping up. It's retesting the high. What NVIDIA is doing, TSM, they're kind of trading in a line with each other. Visa is in the middle, and Exxon's pulling down. It's got this trend line. That's actually something that I would look for on the open. You get over top of that trend line, then usually you can actually shoot back up because a lot of the pre-market traders are going to find out they were on the wrong side. Okay, let's look at 850. How'd you like that for a lightning round, guys? Huh? My thoughts for coin today, get over top of that. Well, there it goes. It's over top of the pre-market high. Don't chase it. Follow it into a moving average, okay? Or hopefully it comes back and retests that pre-market high. But right now, coin actually is looking very strong on the 15-minute chart. Let's go over here, and we're going to check out another 20 right now real quick. Takes a second to load, okay? Now we're on an hourly chart. I automatically default to the hourly chart. Guys, this first chart right here is basically your Mag 7, okay? So it's basically every single one of the Mag 7 stocks. The Mag 7 is ripping today. It looks like it's retesting the high. If it rips up above that, that is good for the SPY. That's bullish for the SPY. BABA looking pretty good. Carvana in the middle of a 1 hour range. Datadog, not good. Not good. I had somebody actually asking me about Datadog yesterday, a friend of mine. Disney, you know, we don't talk about Disney very much. Disney's pushing that 100 mark. It's up towards the top. Maybe Disney is a play today. Dollar Tree looks like it's trying to break out of a bear flag low. And look at this, copper leading the way. Are we actually thinking the economy is going to be good? Home Depot, bull flag in the 1 hour time frame. Intel has just been killing it. Look at the weekly on this, 23.8% on the weekly. Intel gets above the high today, guys. You know, that stock has been, it's been ripping. It's almost becoming a meme stock. JD has been struggling for the longest time. Lennar Lennar is in the middle of the range. LCRX. This is one of the strong AI slash semi stock names. So it looks like it's trying to rip up above highs. McDonald's, one of your protectionist stocks, in the middle. MicroStrategy in the middle. MicroStrategy's on there twice. I got to fix that. Oracle. I know a lot of you guys trade Oracle, so I put Oracle on my 20 chart. Oracle needs to get above that trend line to even be considered. Oracle's in the dumps. Oracle's laying on the mat. Oracle looks like it might take another leg down. Palantir. Palantir is not looking good. That is a bull flag. That's a bear flag that ripped out of a bear flag and now forming another bear flag. You got this trend line right here. You got to at least get above that trend line, get above the 20. But if you rip down below that, you look like you're going down further. If you need a short today and the market starts looking like it's weak, look at Palantir. Starbucks, middle of the range, can't do anything with that. Snow, another bear flag, and it rips down below 131. You've got yourself probably a short on that. All right, going to go over to the semi-stocks because I put together a chart. I put together a 20 on the semi-stocks for you guys as well because, you know, semis, they like to run. So who's actually running in the semis? Obviously, NVIDIA, TSM. Here, give you guys a little bit of a arrow thing. NVIDIA, TSM, AVGO, AMD, ASML. Is anybody not running? Let's just do it that way. Everybody, okay, here we go. Qualcomm is in the middle of the range. That's a no-go. SNPS, I've never traded that stock in my life, but apparently it's a semi-play, middle of the range, not tradable. CDNS, not tradable. XPI, not tradable. Marvell, oh my God, I took my eye off the ball on Marvell. That was $70 the last time I looked at it. It's $125. That's why you got to pull up charts like this every once in a while. Marvell's killing it. Look at this weekly on Marvell. In fact, look at the weekly on all of these guys. They're up 16 and 20%. That is not a bear market. So even though I'm thinking this is a possibility we could see a turnaround, we may not end up seeing it this week. We may not end up seeing it at all. I don't know. I don't know any more than the Swami knows, but I do know that I'm going to trade price action, as Alvaro was saying yesterday. Guys, it's 8:54. If you give me one or two tickers, I'll go over one of the two of those tickers for you if you would like. Other than that, I think I went over 60 stocks for you guys today. Let's see what's happening. Let's just see what's happening on this 1 minute chart. It looks like we lost that. Look at that. Now I told you guys, see, here's a lesson for you. You know, on a big numbered day, okay, mark the 2 minute high and the 2 minute low. Look at this. When you lost that 2 minute high, what did we do? We got a big bearish candle right here. We're going down to the 50 period moving average on that. And now we're getting a little bit of a bounce off of a previous low right here, which is what you would expect. We should bounce into the moving averages. Let's go ahead and put the rest of the moving averages on here. This is the mother of all moving averages. Guys, as I've mentioned before, you can get this yourself. I'm putting these out there. I put these out there to the public, and I set up a web store about 3 weeks ago so people can actually get these things. Your moving averages are running sideways right now, so they don't really mean a lot when they're running sideways. It's when they're actually starting to run down or run up that they're helpful. When they're running sideways, it's almost like it's going to spike over and spike under, spike over and spike under. So that's exactly what you're getting right now. You're getting the spike over, spike under. It looks to me like you're in a consolidation range right now. So if I was actually trading this, day trading, and I wanted to trade this, I might do a box strategy on this where you would actually box that out, right? And so above, there, and that's what you're looking at, or this and that's what you're looking at. You don't want to mess around inside of the box. Okay, but also notice that this box, and this is something to pay attention to. Here's a wick high right there. Look at that. The box is actually mostly below that 2 minute low, which is kind of giving you a little bit of an indicator that right now the bears are a little bit in control. Let's say the fight is on. You got 60% odds that the bears are actually going to take out the bulls, but 40% chance is still not really that strong of a chance. So let's see what ends up playing out. I got somebody asking for lunar, so I'm going to throw lunar on here. And then we'll come back to the SPY one last time and check. Let's put lunar in on let's throw it on a daily, and then let's throw it in on a 4-hour actually. I have never seen lunar, so let me see what we're looking at. Let's take our studies off right here. You can take studies off, and we're looking at I'm just trying to do this quickly. All right, there's a regression channel off of this right now. It came up and it tested the bottom of that, top of that regression channel. What have I taught you guys in regards to how stock behaves within a regression channel? Goes up to the midpoint, comes back down, goes all the way up, comes down to the midpoint, goes up, will come back, and in this case, it actually came back, over, retested, came up, came all the way down. Now it came all the way up. All right, that's enough of that. Bottom point is that this middle line right here, for whatever reason, ends up being an area of support and resistance. You're just now coming down into this midpoint after you just had a complete uptrend, after you already had a half. So using that alternating idea, it's a strong possibility in my mind that you could actually see some price action picking up support right around here, and it lines with what's going on with the chart in regards to this middle line right here. So I would look to see how price is reacting around that 22 area, and then you could actually go long on this. That would be my assessment on that. Oh, okay, let's do that. I'm going to do one more. Let's do Google. I keep telling everybody that I think long-term Google is a great play, but let's see what's happening with Google right now. So Google is coming out of this regression channel. Let's go ahead and throw another one on right here. It's moving down to the, that's not as tight as I like for it to be, so I don't want to be sloppy here. That right there. That's what I'm looking at. So it's right now, it's under testing the bottom of that regression channel on the 4-hour time frame. If we take this now over to, say, a 5-minute time frame, because we're into the pre-market and we just got that number, it looks like it's retesting that middle area there. I would love to see Google get back all the way back down here about the 309, 310 area, and then that might be a great area for you to actually get in on. So that's it, guys. Have a great day. It was fantastic getting with you. All right, so go ahead and throw a like on this if you would. Throw a comment if you thought it was valuable. I will see you. Stay green. Have a good one.